cause you can't knock the hustle.
Greetings and salutations, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The Toronto show is on. Akil, Augustine, Money, Mitch, Justin, Brandon.
Hey.
All right, so here's the conversation today. Something I've done a lot on the Hangout, I've done a couple times, and I feel it's a staple of conversation.
Sure.
Has always been like top five, or Michael Jordan versus LeBron James, Michael Jordan versus Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, those ones are good.
So I think it's good for like for the people who are watching this to get to know us, to get to know our leanings. And I think music is a big part of all of our lives.
Definitely. Huge.
So I've tasked these guys with listing their top 5 MCs of all time. And we are going to each lay out our MC at each number and then argue for their sake whether or not we find it just. No, number 5. Who is your number 5 MC all time?
My top 5?
No, just your number 5.
Okay. So, if I'm going to go with the top 5 best rappers, I'd say 5 would be Nas.
Number 5 is Nas.
Yeah.
And of course, NAS are the letters that spell.
I know people will say that's low. He should be higher. He should be 1 or 2, potentially 1. I'm a Jay-Z head, so Jay-Z's my...
why are you giving stuff away?
I'm just saying. I'm partial to Jay-Z more. But he's still my top 5 because he's, Illmatic.
For 5.
Illmatic.
So Nas is number 5.
Bro, Illmatic. Come on.
All right, Justin, who is your number 5 MC of all time?
I'm going to say Nas got bumped out of my top 5 a couple years ago.
Justin loved Nas. I remember in high school.
But he was still in there for a while.
He loved him, and then Nas dropped that song with Genuine.
Nasty
Nas,
S go to S.
And after that, you couldn't play Nas around Justin.
Wow.
Okay, so go. At 5, you do not have Nas.
I'm going to go Big Nip for 5.
Nipsey?
Yeah,
wow, he catapulted up the charts.
He catapulted up there.
Because
Because he was banging, and his old shit is good.
He's
it's
always
really
been consistent.
It's classic,
Definitely. Hey, I rate that.
You know?
I rate that.
That's okay.
Definitely.
Okay, that's
I thought about
and
Nip.
I think his
I thought
album
about
was
Nip
rap album of the year
I
last
do
year
too.
for
I
sure.
agree.
You know? And that's before he died.
We said that before.
Yeah,
we said that before he died too. That's for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my number 5.
Okay. Who you got?
I got Guru. I got the incomparable Guru.
Wow.
One half of
You're gonna go real hip hop head on us.
Gangstar.
Yeah.
No. Honestly, for me, I mean,
that's your favorite. Okay.
That's my guy. Like I didn't like.
I fuck with Gangstar.
I listened to that Moment of Truth album. Over and over and over and over.
My favorite track is the Jadakiss one.
Okay, right where you stand.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think you know my Steez is a song that I put up there as a testament to how great of an MC Guru is. You know, honorable mention to Black Thought, but I think I have to put Guru ahead of Black Thought.
Because I have my top 5 is my favorite top 5 is different. I'm just saying.
Can you just answer the question?
Okay, so I got 4. Number 4, Twista.
I can see you in some Gucci and Robert Cavalli, and now she gon' put a hurt on them hard in the party.
Twista.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
All time?
Yeah, I think he's one of the greatest MCs, bro.
I didn't
do 4. You only
No,
did.
Justin didn't do 4. Justin didn't do 4.
My 4 is Fab.
What?
Hey, look, we have the same 4.
Okay.
Fab is sick.
Yeah, I don't think it's any defending Fab at 4.
No, man, he got body.
He's been here
work.
for 20 years too, man.
Soul tapes,
Yeah,
there's no competition.
The soul tapes for me are just such a important piece of work. I think
Loso's Way,
Desert Storm, even from back in Desert Storm,
and his single game is crazy.
Man,
DJ Clue,
his single game
DJ
is crazy.
Clue?
Yeah,
I don't know about his album game. His album game, like of the Trinity,
what's that
singles,
one
albums, mixtapes. I think his albums is the weakest
Death
part.
Comes
of
in threes, all of that.
Those are mixtapes, weren't they?
Yeah.
I got Kendrick Lamar at number 4.
Okay, K. Dot.
I think even though he's early and young in the game, he's redefined everything for me. Like his ability to rap is insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. His little weird voice he does is cool too.
And you and I were talking about
trippy, right?
the way you judge music.
Yeah.
And how albums are very important. They need to be succinct and concise. I think all of his projects so far have been full-bodied projects.
Yeah.
and they've still done
Great
well
albums,
commercially.
great bodies of work.
So like, I'm like,
And you have to listen to start to finish.
Start to
the way-
finish.
The way
he's in the
That's why
Panthers.
Nip got in there for me because you can listen to his album
That's what I
start to
was
finish.
saying earlier about his
And
album. Yeah.
Kendrick is like that too
Mhm.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's done well. It's like
I almost wish I put
it's
Nip in
thought
more.
of the way the where the titles are,
Yeah.
the tracks are. It's thought of.
They're
like,
thought
for
out.
each way. Like
All right, so that was my
proper.
number 4. So now on to number 3.
okay,
Mitchell-
number 3.
Mitchell has Soldier Boy.
Shook. Shut up. Okay.
Soulja.
Man, shut up, man. I got Jermaine Cole, baby.
J. Cole
J.
made
Cole, Team
J.
Light Skin.
Cole.
My
J.
boy.
Cole.
He okay, defend it
I got a
because
lot.
he's disappointed me a couple times. I think
His
the buzz
old
is bigger
stuff
than the
really,
body.
his old stuff really was like so good for
Yeah.
me, and like it really just like some times in my life that I was going through at that time, like the song "Losing My Balance." It's like this acoustic version of a song he does, and it's just like I don't know, just what I was going through at that time. It got me through a lot, and like he's just. Like he paints a picture every time he raps to me, and I always have him over Kendrick, but that was just my preference. You know,
I
what
was
mean?
disappointed.
But if we were gonna say who's more skilled, I would say Kendrick. You know what I mean?
I was disappointed by KOD.
I
don't know
liked
why
it.
everyone's
I liked
been
it. I
crazy.
thought it was.
But where
deep.
was the,
I
like-
thought he was potential for rap of the album of the year as well.
I've
But
never been that big of a J. Cole fan, so
Sonically,
Yeah,
I
KOD
didn't think
That's okay.
didn't really, you know,
sonically it didn't do anything for me. Like I didn't
do anything
the
for me.
sounds.
Yeah, he didn't have any like deep, hard hitting
Like,
tracks. I hear you. It
like
was a
my
little more
ears-
soft than
my
we
ears
wanted.
wanted more.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you in
From
that
him,
aspect.
and he's
I think he
capable.
said a lot, and it was a very like kind of drift off like deep album for him, where he's trying to really like indulge into something and want people to like notice what he's talking about. And
I don't know.
yeah, it might have got lost.
But it
in
got so much
translation, but-
hype. The hype
yeah.
machine that exists is ridiculous.
Yeah, because he was doing some really cool like media things around that too.
Yeah,
The way he was pushing it, he was just like not doing anything like through social media.
He's a
Couldn't bring-
360
couldn't bring
artist,
your
he's
phones
thinking.
into the concerts, like stuff like that is like he's different, you know. And he's like so woke. That guy's like so woke. Like
Just
Cool.
number 3.
Number 3, I got
Triage.
Big Punisher.
Jeez.
What?
Big
Pun.
Pun.
I didn't expect Big Pun to make this. Okay.
Watch the pun get wicked when I stop. Even Luke be like, don't stop, get it.
All right, I gotta respect
No,
that.
that's
I'm a
in the
huge
middle of
pun
Lil
head.
Lily.
Yeah, I like
He didn't have, not a large body of work, much like Biggie Smalls.
But some
body.
bars
Bars,
for
but she had a lot
Some of
Big
the
body.
best breath control outside of Jay-Z. I think Jay-Z and Big Pun
Yeah.
had the best breath control in terms of rappers I've ever heard.
True.
Because they can go on without gasp,
Mhm.
hiccup,
Yeah, they just keep going.
and you can hear they
What about,
enunciate
what about
everything.
Twista though?
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
Twisted,
I guess he.
Twisted had the
That's
I
same
guess he
thing.
has
saying,
to be in
bro.
that conversation. I
That's what I'm
don't. I don't really enjoy.
What about
Twisted
No, you
What
gotta
Twisted
take in some of his
much.
albums.
What about Bone Thugs though?
Bone Thugs
That's what
too.
I'm
man.
saying.
They're good. They're good. I'm not
They
hating
can
on
rap
both thugs.
fast, bro. That
They're
shit
not
is hard.
going to be top 5
That shit is
conversation.
hard.
though.
You know?
Are you co-signing Justin's?
I mean, he was never one of my favorites. I have like 1 or 2 songs in my playlist by him for sure because he's got some hits.
Yeah,
but-
he's got some
He's a
hits.
young
yeah,
boy.
he got some
Yeah.
hits, but no, he wouldn't be in my top. But that's yours.
Yep.
You ain't-
I'm
you
sure
ain't a
Young
killer.
Thug wouldn't be in yours.
No, at first Big Pun wasn't in mine, but
yeah,
after
You
you
had
go
to think
back and
about it?
listen to his shit, it's like, yeah, man, this
That's
guy's
true.
spitting.
yeah.
All right.
You know?
He was different too. He had a
And-
different voice.
Yeah.
It coming in at number 3 for
And
Akil
he was
Augustine
Spanish, right?
is MF Doom.
Puerto Rican.
I knew that was. Wow, I thought he would be higher.
MF Doom.
MF Doom.
Okay,
MF.
Doom.
For those of
Mod
you who
Mod.
don't
The mask.
know,
We're trying to get him to wear the MF Doom mask.
I have it-
every
I have it in
time,
the room.
but it's not. It's not.
Victor Vaughn, the vaudeville villain, is one of the greatest rappers. He's completely reinvented the rhyme cadence. He's put together stories that you'd have never heard of. The structure of the rhyme is crazy. His voice is nuts. His story's even crazier. This is the guy who used to be part of like a almost platinum selling rap group when he was younger called KMD. His brother dies. His face gets jacked up. He comes back with a mask on.
Crazy story.
Completely
comes
changes
back with
everything.
That's a crazy
And it's-
story, yeah.
He just takes New York by storm.
Yeah.
Sometimes other people perform as him because he wears a mask.
Mhm.
It's just a whole episode with MF Doom.
Yeah.
But I just really think he's one of the greatest rappers of all time because what he can do with words, I don't think anybody else can. Please listen. If you're going to listen to any MF Doom song, please listen to Deep Fried Friend 2 for you.
Number 2, I got 6 God Drizzy.
Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Drizzy. Yeah, man. I just again, I'm like the same age as him pretty much. So
You came up with his
I kinda
music,
came up with
definitely.
his- and he's like
That matters.
I relate to a lot of the same shit Drake has been through, I think, growing up before, like
It's of your
being
time.
light skinned, like living with a white mom.
For
No,
sure.
it's for real. That's
For
it's-
sure.
I guess so. I
But
never
he-
I was
looked at
thinking
like
it, but I'm glad you said
I
it.
never
you know what I
thought
mean?
of it.
Bro, it's not
Yeah.
like people think it's a joke,
Yeah.
but it's real. Like,
For
you know,
real. It
'cause
has
he
to be a
raps
different
about it.
experience,
He
yeah.
raps about it. You know,
Absolutely.
You know, an
having
experience
a-
that I can't relate
That's
to,
what I'm
but
saying.
you know,
Like just different shit. You know, you know the video started from the bottom.
Yeah.
He's in the Shoppers Drug Mart because I used to work at Shoppers Drug Mart. B. So that's
It's
what
all
I'm saying.
coming home.
It's all just like I
For
was
real.
like, yo,
Much.
shout out to Drizzy though. You know what I mean? It's like
All
if I
right.
could make videos,
I
that's
can't
how I'd
argue.
be making them.
I can't argue with that. Drake is
Yeah.
an amazing rapper.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Drizzy,
So,
yo.
Yep. No,
OVO.
Yep.
I'm a little older than his generation.
Yeah.
So a lot
Say
of
What's
my
Real was
heroes-
the song back in the day that he did over that Kanye beat, the Say What's Real.
Yeah.
The do.
I like it when he ends his albums. The song at the end of the album is always like some
Interludes
hardcore
and
rap.
stuff, yeah.
Like he's just,
Some-
I'm
He
a
can
rap.
spit,
I
though,
like it
man.
when he
He's got
just raps.
He got some good metaphors and shit in his music that
Dude,
people
he
kind
can
of.
write. I think one of my issues with this generation though is they're so loose with who writes for you. You know,
Oh, I agree.
my generation was a
I-
little bit tighter with that, but that's just the
and I
product
might
of the
get
times.
some disses on that from my friends because
Yeah.
that's the other thing. But I mean,
But it's a product of the times. Like for us,
Yeah.
like I speak from my
there's
generation. Like
I've been in
writing your own
studios.
music means
Yeah.
a lot.
Your
For
career
sure.
would have been
That's
ruined
why-
if
Yeah.
that was
What
like.
was it saying that with that other artist that makes all his own beats and writes like that? That means more. Even like a guy like
Making your own beats
like,
is
like
that
Russ,
now.
like that white rapper Russ, the Italian guy from Jersey. He makes all his own beats. He engineers all his own shit. Like I rate him highly or more for that.
Yeah,
because,
yeah, you get
like
points.
J. Cole. That was like a thing that I.
Yep.
You know
J.
what I
Cole
mean?
made his
Get
own
more
beats.
points, man. You work hard, and I've been in studios, man. Not every you always get help. Like people get help making lyrics and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know
All
what I
right, Justin,
mean?
number 2.
Number 2, I'm gonna go Black Thought.
Wow,
Okay.
all the way at number 2.
Yeah.
I never come in your
What?
car and hear you listening to Black
Guys,
Thought.
you don't know when I be listening to Black
Were you
Thought. man.
crying alone at home?
When I was a
Always-
kid, I came up on Black Thought.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Roots.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I'm
The
pulling a card on
Roots.
this one.
The roots are heavy.
But why don't you play Black Thought then?
Questlove.
I don't
I
hear no
do.
Black Thought.
I do. I just like a lot of other
is
artists.
your
But when
number-
you're talking top favorite,
Okay, so
you
You
know?
liked his album last year?
Here's
Or
the
his
thing.
EP, whatever he put out.
No, I didn't even hear the new one that came out. But I like his old stuff.
We'll
really,
listen
you
to
know?
it after. It's
Yo, if
it's only like 6
Cameron's
tracks.
not on your list, because listen to me, for the last
See,
10
there's
years,
a lot of guys
for the
man,
last
that,
10
that
years,
aren't
if
gonna
I
be
go with
my
Justin's
top
car,
5.
Yeah.
You know?
Cameron
Killer?
and the Dips are playing.
Killer.
Yo, I like
Dips are
no.
playing.
Sometimes you need a dose of that ignorance. I told you when you're like, yo, French is trash.
Big
I'm like,
time. No,
he
but you
is,
need-
but
yeah.
yo, you need that
You guys-
sometimes. Like you need that vibe. Like you know.
I need the ignorant shit.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Okay, all right.
Trust me. You know
So-
some of the shit I be listening to.
Yeah.
Stunning for Vegas
oh,
and shit is
yeah,
it's
bubblegum. Okay.
It's amazing.
Number
bro.
2. So I guess I gotta get my number 2 now. All right. So for me, number 2 is Kanye West.
Mhm.
My argument for Kanye
Yeah.
is he completely changed rap. Like he's like the Dirk Nowitzki of rap. Like how Dirk made it possible for the 4 to go outside and shoot.
Okay.
Kanye was like the first guy who didn't have street validation.
Mhm.
He wasn't a drug dealer. He didn't claim a set or a hood,
That's true.
and he
Dressed
was the.
different.
You know what I'm saying? Like the last big rapper
Polos.
before Kanye was 50 Cent, who was literally the epitome
Of,
of
like,
some
gangsta
gangster.
rap.
Even Eminem came from 8 Mile,
Yeah.
and he had his
He
crew.
was rough,
Like
yeah.
every rapper before Kanye
Wasn't clean. Like,
was.
Well, Common, but he wasn't really.
No, Kanye
popping.
comes from Southside Chicago,
Yeah.
and he's respected in Southside Chicago.
yeah.
Mhm.
Kanye is a college dropout, middle
From
class.
Chicago.
But he had a
He
tough
wasn't
life,
from
though.
Southside Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Chicago's a lot of different things. Chicago's like Toronto. You can
Yeah.
be from Toronto and be from Regent Park. Or you can be from Toronto and be from Malvern.
Yeah.
And there's 2 different Malverns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Kanye, the cardigans, he changed fashion first off. He took fashion
I'll
on a
give him
180.
that. He definitely did
And
that.
then he made it so that like a lot of other types of rappers, like a Wiz Khalifa, are less like.
But look where he
thugged
is
out.
now.
I'm not arguing where he is
mean-
now. I'm not here to defend what Kanye's.
Are you? I think you are. That's your man.
Listen,
That
you
is his
That's
you
your
and-
man from a long time.
is-
You and
boy.
Doug Ford can chill out over there in the
That's
corner.
your man.
You progressive conservative. All right. I'm just saying, for me, Kanye's number 2 greatest MCs of all time.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay.
Still.
Still. What do you mean?
Still.
You can't. What you gonna do? You gonna erase the records?
He,
Yeah.
he dropped
That's
off
true.
my list. He used to be on there.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
done.
he's
I'll
off.
tell you
my
All right.
list.
So we
I'll
are
tell you
now
that.
at. So I gave my number 2. So you guys are at number 1.
I'm at 1. Yeah.
This is it, folks.
This is it.
This is it. The big
Number
one.
one.
Go.
It's your boy.
Okay, so is there any point? Is
To
there any
the
point?
day. That's what we need. That one, you. We need
It's your
to
boy.
this day.
Jay-Z.
So is there any point in us even asking each other?
What do you mean?
I think it's pretty much consensus. We're all going to say the greatest rapper of all time is Jay-Z.
Well, if that's how I didn't know that, but I knew that's how you felt.
No,
But,
no. He's
yeah.
as big a Jay-Z fan.
Okay.
We came up on this Jay-Z
Yeah,
stuff. So it's
okay.
kind of super biased.
It's your boy,
It was like,
The Rock.
it was
Rock.
always going to end with
Me and
Jay-Z.
Beyonce.
Okay, so
We were
here's,
on a yacht.
can you shut up for 2 seconds?
$500 million.
You really want to get
Killer
that?
was a close 6.
I'm trying to
though,
get like Aries Spears.
Killer's got
man, you know what I
bars.
mean?
How
I'm not
many-
beat up by him, but like
Nah, he got dubbed
he
up
got man
for being disrespectful.
got yammed up.
But so here's the argument I'll pose then, since we all are in agreement that Jay-Z is the greatest rapper of all time.
Yeah, hands down.
Is there someone that can be argued against him? If you were to put a rapper up against Jay-Z, who would it be?
Like bars or like
In
everything?
terms of everything.
when it's all said and
I know
done,
someone's gonna bring up Eminem. I say hell no.
Eminem's a good rapper. Just
I mean, when it's all said and done, do you guys count like accolades in that too? Like as far as like what
I
you're
say
getting?
that here's
Because
the
it's not
criteria.
fair if we
here's the
counting that.
criteria.
Yeah.
If you say their name
Mhm.
and I say okay.
Okay. Because I'm just saying, as far as that goes, it'd be unfair because like Drake blows everything out of the water. He's gonna have the most records. By
So
the time
you
he's-
think that Drake is the greatest rapper of all time is better than
I
Jay-Z?
think when it's all said and done, I think he could be. It could be argued that
Okay,
he
so
could.
here's why I think that's impossible.
Sure.
Here's my argument.
Oh, because the
Now, this may be just
the Ghost
me-
Rider thing.
No.
Okay.
This may be just because it's me coming from where I come from and having life experience and being the age I'm at.
Sure.
Hip hop comes from New York City.
Yeah.
Hip hop's a story about young black men
Yeah.
overcoming a certain set of oppression
Sure.
in a community. It was the CNN of that community.
Okay.
And the goal of hip hop was to see the kid use that art form to come up and to become, something positive for the community.
Sure.
When you look at Jay-Z
Mhm.
and you look at the story of hip hop, and this is the thing that's always made me a huge
Oh,
fan
I
of hip hop.
agree. Yeah.
I believe like his story
the struggle.
is so tightly correlated with the story of hip hop,
Mm-hmm.
and he's kind of like the poster child for everything that hip hop
the GOAT.
rap culture is
Definitely.
about. So that's
Like
why I
Jordan.
think, yeah, he's the
the
Michael
Jordan
Jordan of
of
rap.
rap.
Like honestly,
Yeah.
so that's why I'm like, who could you put up against this guy?
Yeah. No, that's why I say when it's all said and done, arguably you could have just like people are gonna argue LeBron could when it's all said and done, he's gonna break every record almost other than championships potentially, right? Like
But I don't
yearly
think.
scoring
Here's
and
the
stuff.
thing for me.
People are already
I don't
arguing,
ever
but now
think-
it's starting to get.
I don't ever think records will affect Jay-Z's reputation in hip hop. First off, I mean he's the guy who broke the Beatles record.
No,
but
I
also
agree.
think, like,
He has
Big
enough
Daddy
records
Kane,
himself,
Slick
yeah.
Rick.
Big Daddy Kane.
No one's
Yeah,
worried
yeah,
about
Rick.
how many
Yeah,
records
yeah,
they
yeah.
sold. Like
Yeah.
their reputations are solid.
Solid.
Yeah,
And I think
I
he's
hear you,
got
I hear you.
that kind of
I'm just saying
cemented.
when you put out an album every year and every album you put out goes number one, every song you put out goes number one, you can't not look at that and be like,
Yeah.
you know.
But with your hip hop lens on now,
Yeah.
Are you? Because here's the thing. There's things.
if we're just taking away that and just like who literally is the best to me, no one will ever eclipse Jay-Z.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
I agree. No one will ever.
It's sad to say this.
I think the one person that could have
Yeah.
would have been Big L,
it would have
Big
been
L's
Big E,
Biggie Smalls.
Big E or Pac.
Yeah, I say Big L was better than both of them personally.
What?
Yeah.
Like
Had
Big
some
E or
bars,
Pac?
Personally, I thought he would have been. He didn't have a lot of opportunity to put out a lot of music.
No,
Like,
neither. None of them. Did. Well, Pac did because he wouldn't stop working.
no, Pac did. They had
A lot
they
that
had
came out
actually a
after.
little bit of careers.
Yeah,
Big L
Pac
barely had a
lot.
career.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That's what I'm saying. Is like from what we know of Big L, I think he would have been one of the greatest, if not the greatest. He was like Jay-Z and Eminem thrown in the same. The way he rapped was like crazy. That 97 freestyle is one of the craziest shits.
I'm not ready to give him all that, but I love me
That's
some Big E.
and that's fine. But I just think he. See, that's the argument. You can never really. You can't even argue it because we'll never know. Like,
Shouts out to Jay-Z though. Honestly, the greatest rapper of all time. We finally got to the bottom of this
should be wearing
conversation.
my Rock Nation hat. We didn't know we were going to talk about this.
Yeah, no, but we got to the bottom of the conversation for each of us. I just
Mm-hmm.
think Jay-Z's story is absolutely fundamental to
Yeah.
hip hop, and
Even
he's
his new album 444. God,
Four-
this
What?
shit is like.
the videos.
This video here, like with Mahershala Ali, how do you say his name?
Mahershala.
Mahershala Ali.
I think
Yeah.
it's I think that's how you say it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his concepts are amazing, like well shot, like, and there's so much. Everything about Jay-Z is like I'll still go back and listen to old Jay-Z albums
And hear new
like
stuff.
hear new
Yeah.
shit that
They
I just
age
didn't
well.
decipher before. I'm
That's
like,
what
wow.
I think. That is one of the problems with Biggie's albums. They didn't
They're very
age
literal
as well.
They're very literal.
No, like
Well,
you're
he made
hearing
more
now.
party
You're
music.
hearing fucked him in the ass doing the bridge, and you're like, what the
Yo,
fuck
I gotta
is this guy
bleep this
talking
guy.
about? Like,
But Biggie made a lot more.
and you're
Biggie
like,
made-
you didn't need to repeat
that?
I don't even know how that's like. You know?
Biggie
That was
made
some
more.
gangster stuff back in the
I
day.
guess
Apparently.
so.
But Biggie made more
I
like
can't vouch.
party and bullshit music, though. You know what I mean? He didn't make more deep like.
He was a great
hip-hop.
storyteller.
And the
though.
beats
Yeah,
didn't
for
age
sure.
well.
I agree.
You know,
I agree.
I don't know.
even
man.
though his bars are good, like the beats didn't age as well.
Yeah, let me stop this podcast before Justin.
I
says
love
something too
Biggie, man.
blasphemous.
I love Biggie though.
That's some crazy shit.
That's crazy.
But that was
BK all
All
day.
right, so as we promised, we're really going to try a lot of different things today. We attacked one specific subject to let you guys find out a little bit more about us and our personal
five,
preferences. Turns out throughout the body of it, we're very different, but at the top, we're Jay-Z fans.
over, man.
So
over.
it's the Toronto Show at the Toronto Show Podcast. Find us on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Google Play,
Everywhere, man. Everywhere.
Instagram
Look
at
under your
Money
couch.
Mitch with 3 eyes. Just Blaze 1983 and myself, Akil Augustine. Easter's over. We'll be back Thursday and peace.
It's your boy.
Stop.
Bouncing on the highway, switching 4 lanes, screaming through the sunroof, he ain't a thing. Me and my fam rotate.